Hey everyone, Dustin here, CEO of 630. Wanted to give you some more updates on shipping statuses. I also wanted to give you guys a little more transparency into why we're experiencing the situation we're experiencing so I think more of you can understand. Not looking for sympathy. We're definitely thankful to be in the position we're in, but wanted to sort of just tell everyone so better understanding of the circumstances. So shipping updates. So I've just checked. We have shipped for 630 bike orders. I want to say 90% of all orders ordered prior to April 14th. So if you had an order prior to April 14th, about 90% of the orders have been shipped. Now, with that said, there's some caveats I want to point out. Number one, if you have an order, well, let me say this first. Custom variants. So these are bikes that if the seat was different than the actual seat the bike comes with, if you changed your seat or selected a different seat color when you purchased, those orders, we've shipped some of them pre-April 14th, but not all. We are actually working on those orders as we speak and plan to get the majority of those sent out in the next 1 to 2 days. So check your tracking number to see if it starts moving. If there's any out of stock issues, you will be hearing from us. So please check your emails, check your spam emails. We've been sending out emails in the last few days, so I want to make sure, because some people we've sent emails to we haven't heard back from. So please check your spam, check your inbox. We are trying to work with everyone on the out of stock bikes to either offer you some future inventory, switch to a new bike if we can, just to do whatever possible to take care of you. And then on the custom bikes, same thing. We are working through all custom bikes. I've checked today. We do have some orders we were still waiting on parts from. So those also are a little bit further behind. There will be orders pre-April 14th for customs that have still not shipped. So if you don't fall into any one of these categories, a custom or a seat change, and your bike is still outstanding to ship, please send us an email, but in the subject line of the email, put urgent, order placed prior to April 14th. Then we can take a look at it and we will go through and try to find out the specifics of your order. We want to make sure that we deal with every order that is pre-April 14th. Anyone post-April 14th, we just ask you please be patient. We are still working through shipments daily. We have you in the queue, and your tracking numbers should get entered pretty soon. So, again, pre-April 14th, if you're not a custom or a seat change, please send an email, subject line urgent, order pre-April 14th, and we will take care of it and look into it. Now, I wanted to dive a little bit deeper into why the delays, why did this happen? So, we've been in business for 15 years, same inventory system that we've used, with improvements along the way and certain changes and things like that, always worked for us. What happened was our inventory feeds between us and our warehouse could not keep up with the order volume. As a result, number one, the amount of orders coming in was too large for both our warehouses to handle on a daily basis, and our systems couldn't keep up and track the inventory as accurately as we hoped. So, moving forward, we've already fixed the problem, changed the systems, and we feel confident that we can handle this in the future. With that said, I wanted to get a little more specific into what are the increases actually like. So from 630 in the last 30 days as a company, we've approximately had orders for roughly 15,000 bikes. To give everyone an idea, this is about 10, 11x the order volume last year in a 30-day period. And it wasn't so much the overall volume, but the condensed amount of time. So for anyone we haven't responded to, this is also translated to what we call tickets, customer tickets. And on the customer ticket front, we've been receiving anywhere from 600 to 1,000 different emails, live chats, phone calls, voicemails, which is part of the reason at this point we've stopped taking phone calls. But as of today, there's 2,500 inquiries, and we're still going through them daily. I know a lot of them are related to you guys wanting to know where your bike is, and we're doing the best on that front. There's also just general inquiries. At this point, we've put all priorities on anyone that is an existing customer, or someone that needs warranty parts. So, unfortunately, if you are interested in buying a new bike at this point, we will not be responding to any of those messages till after May 1st, as we've stopped orders, unless we can move through it faster. Now, the other question I've seen or received is, why don't you just increase your staff? So, to that question, we have basically doubled our customer service team in the last 4 weeks. Um, and that's actually true. We're getting those team members up to speed. However, it's just not as easy to add somebody and have them fit into understanding how to reply in the systems and things. So I'm still working to add additional team members to help work through this, but we have doubled the staff in the last 30 days, which has helped some, but the volumes continued to increase, especially since we're moving into summer now, which is bicycling season. Um, and then on the warehouse front, so you guys know, we actually have 3 warehouses, 2 in California, one on the East Coast. And we ship different bikes from different locations. We obviously try to ship East Coast orders out of the East Coast because it's closer to people east of the Mississippi. But in some cases, we have to ship from the West Coast. So even this kind of volume on a daily basis was too much for each of the warehouses to handle, which drove us to be, basically 7 to 10 days behind, if not more in some cases. And that's just because max capacity for each warehouse is somewhere around 100 to 300 bikes. But keeping in mind that not every warehouse has the inventory to ship, 100 or 200 bikes. One warehouse may get 500 orders one day, and they could only fulfill 250 orders. The other thing on the warehouse front is, as I've said before, our warehouses are not operating on full team capacity. So in this situation, in a normal situation, the warehouses would have added staff to increase to allow to handle the increase, but because of social distancing and trying to stay safe, nobody has increased the staff. Now we, with our customer service team, are actually all working remotely, so it's allowed us to scale and do that much easier. But on the warehouse front, you need people in a physical space, touching products, touching boxes, getting close to each other, and so to keep things as safe as possible, they've kept staff, at a safe level where everyone can stay healthy and safe. So I just wanted to give full disclosure to everyone. I hope that helps. Again, for anyone who has a missed order or we haven't responded, please send the email urgent in the ticket. I promise we will get back to you. We are still working through all the orders. I appreciate the patience, and thanks again for choosing 630. Enjoy the ride.